A lot of talk has been going on about where XRP's price might go in the future. It's been said that XRP is going to go through the roof. We've seen a lot of posts saying that XRP is ready to use. I also know that it does get old. I'm aware that it does get old. But I want to talk about a lot of things in this movie, mostly TIA related, to really show you guys where we are now and why you shouldn't worry about XRP and where we're going. That being said, welcome to the channel. Hi everyone, my name is Nick. If this video is your first time on the channel, I hope you decide to join by the end. From November on, the market as a whole has been on fire. Even as we look at the market today, I know that over the last, 2 weeks. Being honest, I'm only going to say 3 weeks because it all seems to have begun in early December. Things haven't been that exciting around the room for about 3 weeks now. We were cutting things up. The price has been staying the same. A lot of people are getting upset by this. They are getting angry. Again, I ask, are we really going to worry when we look at this place and see that this is what XRP's one-year chart looks like? This is XRP's chart for 1 month. XRP is still up 60, which is almost 7% on the day. Month right now. For the year, we're still up more than 250%. But even Bitcoin hasn't changed much in the last month, right? Only 1 year though, and we're up almost 120%. Personally, I'm not worried about the recent changes in the price of Bitcoin or the market as a whole. For example, if we look at Ethereum in more detail, it's just to show how these two things are different. We go all the way back to 2020, 2021. Even though there were moves in this area in December 2020, most of the biggest ones didn't happen until 2021. However, they did begin at the end of December 2020. This is exactly what I believe is going on now. Right now, the market is pretty much empty and we're all waiting for something to happen. At the end of this month, I think the biggest moves of this cycle will start. That means we probably have 3 to 6 months to really make as much money as we can off of these old coins. Now, could we pump into the fall and maybe even the winter of 2025? It's possible, but a lot of old coins will reach their highest point before that. This is very important, but we're not worried about when it needs to be done. To be clear, we're not trying to guess when things will reach their peak. More than anything else, I'm paying attention to how strong this space looks on a larger scale. I also want to make it clear that the macro works fine on the charts that are zoomed out, but not on the low time frame charts. Yes, we're going to chop. Yes, it's bloody. It's not fun. Yes, but that's exactly how trading looks. That's what trading on a smaller time frame is all about. Do I worry about the space now that we've taken a good look at it? Without a doubt not. That's all I want you to know. But let us talk about some things. Let me explain why I think XRP is so bullish right now and why I think many other people don't think it is bullish enough. To begin, let us talk about the trigger. First, there's the case against the SEC. Gary Gensler is leaving his job on January 20th. This will be over by the first quarter of 2025, at least, since Gary Gensler is stepping down and the case is likely to be thrown out. We have ROUSD. The ROUSD is now trading on platforms around the world. It's now fully live. This is the first step. This is the first step in tokenization. There is a revolution going on with the XRPL. But when we think about that and what we're hearing from Ripplex Dev about many of the changes that are leading to institutional DeFi and tokenization in general, we see that institutional DeFi and tokenization are a big force behind the XRP ledger. It's possible that the ROUSD will be one of many stablecoins that come out on the XRP system. Plus, Ripple totally backs Trump and the new administration on top of all this. Once more, this manager is in favor of crypto. They want to move this area forward. This is something I've been talking about for a few weeks now. I believe Ripple is aware of this as well. I think Ripple is ready for Trump to become president because I think that after that, things will move quickly, just like after the election, right? Because it was only up after November 5th. There is no doubt in my mind that the markets will get even hotter once Trump leaves office. I also think it will be very exciting, especially if you hold utility projects. I believe they will get a lot of attention. Along with all of this, we hear talk about the XRP derivatives trade that will happen in 2025 and the XRP ledger. Right here is Bitstamp, also known as Robinhood. Also, this is going to be very big. Let's look at the charts while we think about all of this. Let us look at the reasons why all coins, including XRP, are becoming less interesting. It looks like Bitcoin is number one. Bitcoin is making the daily picture pretty dull right now. We're running into some trouble here. That first level, which was back on November 22nd and was around 99.6K, is being turned down. This is what it looked like when we were down to about $92,153. There's a lot of desire at these levels. But if we look at Bitcoin, is max pain out of the way? Are we going to get down? And I want to stress to everyone right now that if we look at the shorter time frames, especially the 4-hour ones, okay? This is Bitcoin's 4-hour chart. When we look at this line right, now we can see that there are still some higher lows. Now let's go back to the 17th, which was 4 days ago. I want to make it clear that this chart also shows higher highs on that date. At the moment, this map doesn't bother me too much, but we have a lot of work to do. Yes, we have. Bitcoin needs a lot of work. The first step is to get back $100,000, which will be a big psychological level to reach again because $100,000 is a big amount of money. Once we hit or really push through $100,000, it's all clear to go to $107,000. And then maybe up to $110,000 or more. We're probably going to cut back a bit in the short run, though. I'm now looking at the middle line. I don't want to see the middle fall, which is right around this 95.6K level, because that's when big wicks to the downside usually start to form. And that might cause a chain reaction of liquidations that could bring our value below $90,000. It's possible. And if we do drop below these lows from November 26th, after that, things might get bad quickly. We're talking about around $70,000 to $80,000. What's more, why are we so interested in Bitcoin? This movie is about XRP. It has to do with how optimistic XRP is. Okay, this is a shorter time frame. I just want you to know that this is going to be a small setback in the big picture. To give you an idea of what I mean, take a look at the daily chart for Bitcoin right now. To be more specific, should we really be worried when this is how the chart looks? Without a doubt not. When we think about what has already happened this year, it was March, after our nice run-up. We chopped for a very long time until this chart showed the rising structure. Also, if we go all the way back to 2021, what I meant by these pullbacks was that they were just a small step in the big picture. In other words, let's take a look back. That is, this is January 2021. These are the first big changes. Also, take a look at these lows, low, lower low, then another lower low, and finally lower highs. It looked like Bitcoin was going down on a daily basis. Then there was a break from the lows. We took a break from the lows. We went above the high and made a new high. That pushed us all the way up to almost $60,000 as well as an all-time high. I want you to know that even though we are in a bearish pattern, once we see lower lows and lower highs, we can quickly bounce back. On the charts, we can see that a rising structure is quickly taking shape. Bitcoin is losing value right now. That's all there is to it. The problem with Bitcoin cutting and the chance that it could hit these lows again is that given how dominant Bitcoin is, it will hurt the altcoin market a lot. And when I say a lot of pain, I mean a lot of anger. People are going to worry or be worried about it. Really, it's going to make people a little scared because altcoins are going to have a really hard time with this level of control. I've been following dominance for a while now. We can thank this picture for the fact that the old coin market has been very dull. We have this important low if we look back to the beginning of December, right? Old coins are still doing very well, but then there's a big break. There was a sudden move on the 9th, then a higher low, and then another higher high. Another higher low up here. What we want to happen is for Bitcoin to lose all of its power again. On this chart, we don't want to get back 60%. We want this thing to keep getting hit hard on the bottom. The first 3 levels are what I'm watching for, and the 618 is the high that I want to see break out. The 786 and the 702. If we can get back to 618, I became short-term bearish on old coins and short-term positive on Bitcoin because I think Bitcoin will once again steal the show. However, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to become so popular so quickly. It looks like Bitcoin will once again reach a local high point. I think this is pretty much a dead cat bounce. Also, I think some lows will be hit after this, which means we'll probably break below 54%. However, the good thing about Bitcoin dominance breaking